If you are the parent of a child with a developmental delay or some sort of neurological challenge, you're probably frustrated with several different aspects of your child's care. The real root causes are often missed, the therapies, maybe you'll reach a plateau or a stuck point even when your child is still struggling, and you don't know where else to look, even if you tried everything. To make matters worse, honestly, what is often touted as some sort of root cause approach is still missing something. And in this video, I want to teach you this, the hierarchy of healing, and I want to give you a different perspective on what to do if you feel like nothing has worked for your child. I always want to try to connect a kid's story to the video or the topic that we're on. And the story that comes to mind right away for this topic is an old one. And it's actually one from one of our team members. Miss Jenna, if you're a part of the office here, you definitely know her. She's been here for over 5 years. But before she was working here, she came here with her family, with her kids. And so one of her kids, her daughter, she was dealing with several different things neurodevelopmentally, but one of them I specifically remember us talking about was a vision processing issue. So she was in the therapies and working through that. Reading was hard, dyslexia, all these challenges. And vision therapy had been helpful, but then really wasn't moving the needle. She was really stuck. And so what we found is that shortly after she started care, and I mean shortly, like a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, she was immediately getting dramatically different results in her vision therapy. Her therapist, and she hadn't really talked about chiropractic or anything to them, but her therapist came to her and she's like, what's different? What's going on? Because she is exploding. She is catching up. She is making ground in ways that she has never done previously. And it's because there was this foundation that was missing. Those therapies are good, they're helpful, but if you're missing the foundation, you're never going to get the end results or the impact out of it. And that's what I want to explain. This hierarchy of health and healing and where I think we are missing the mark in so many of these things. So let's explain this. This triangle here, just if you can't read the words, the foundation says the autonomic or the central nervous system. The next step up is the motor system, or what is working on tone, we often think about. And then the final one would be the gut and the immune axis. Where you typically turn, if you're a parent dealing with these struggles, is you end up in that middle to top tier, right? Motor tone, so many of these different therapies are really focused there, right? If we think of PT or OT or speech therapy, or a lot of the different interventions that kids gravitate towards, or maybe early intervention points them in the direction of when you have a developmental delay, it lives here. And those are good things. Those are helpful therapies. We love them. But if you miss the foundation, you're not really going to get the progress that you need to. But there's another way that that's missed, right? This very top tier, the gut and the immune system, if we focus on the detox and the diets and the supplements and that very top level tier, with missing the other ones, you're not going to get the results either, right? We think about the nutrition piece of it. That phrase, you are what you eat, really isn't the whole story. You are what you absorb. You are what you break down and get in. The motor system is what moves food through the gut and the digestive tract, so constipation issues would be a big motor concern. But also the nervous system is what controls the enzyme production. It controls if your body's in a fight or flight survival mode state or in a more calm wellness, growth, and development mode, which is dramatically gonna influence and affect whether or not you get that nutrition into you or not. So if we get to that functional medicine, that detox side of things, or the interventions and therapies without taking care of that foundation of neurology, you're never really going to get the impact that you need. So what does this piece look like? What does it look like for the autonomic nervous system to be functioning as it's supposed to? That is 100% what pediatric chiropractic exists for, right? We are measuring the nervous system when we are doing our insight scans to both start care and then as we check in along the way. And then we are literally affecting that and changing that with each and every adjustment, right? The nervous system heals through that process. The specific autonomic word here, let me give you a little bit more info on that, because that's maybe a big scary word that you haven't heard of before. Think of that autonomic just as automatic. That is a lot of the automatic functions that your body is doing. The technical word for those two modes of the body are the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. What you hear us talk about at Thrive a lot is the gas pedal versus the brake pedal, a little easier to understand, right? The gas pedal is that survival mode or that stress response, totally appropriate in stressful situations. The problem is if you're stuck in stress, that brake pedal, the digestion, immune system, wellness side of it, doesn't really ever get turned on if you're stuck in stress. Unlocking this healing leads to the rest of the things, either one, being a lot more effective, or two, maybe not even necessary, right? Maybe you don't need the therapies, maybe you don't need the gut stuff once you unlock that foundation of healing, right? Your nervous system drives everything else in your body. You've got to heal there first before layering on top of that. Once again, just to double down and repeat this, We love all of our providers in those areas. We do them, use them personally, recommend them all the time, but it's got to be in the right sequence. It's got to be in the right order. If you want to dig into this even more, if you want to get into more of the weeds of the science and all the nuances there, this Perfect Storm workshop, kind of see the bottom poster there. We'll share the link in the caption in the post here. Our next Perfect Storm workshop is just a couple weeks away, February 6th, Thursday night. That's when we dig into all this and so much more. We're going to answer, why do we have kids that are struggling here, right? Why is a kid stuck in survival mode? Why has their nervous system shifted away from that? It starts really early. It starts earlier than you're thinking, right? We talk about pregnancy, birth trauma, birth intervention, and how that sets the stage for a lifetime of delays and challenges for kids. So we'll dig into all that, dig into why the adjustment is so powerful, how the nervous system can heal when you go about it the right way. So if you want to go there, if you want to dig into that next level of it, please join us. We do it at the Sports Grill here in Cranberry Township. We're going to provide dinner, we'll provide drinks. You just got to show up ready to learn, ready to get those life-changing answers and hope that you were looking for. Hope to see you there. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Please share this information with a mom, with a friend who is struggling, with someone who is doing all the things and still not getting the results and the impact that they need. That's what we're here for, and that's who we want to help. Thank you, guys.